Okay, I'm gonna do a little bit different of an angle today. I wanted to sit in my kitchen while my coffee was just being made and talk about what it's like to be married when you're going through OCD and anxiety recovery, what it's like being married in recovery, why OCD and anxiety recovery, the principles that I learned benefited my marriage in a way that where I don't particularly see as many relationships that are as strong as me and my wife's. Of course, it's a biased view. I know that, and I don't see inside other people's lives. But I would say because of our experiences, which typically is one of the number one reasons that makes people have different outcomes and different strengths in the bonding in the relationships, and not in an ROCD sense where you're constantly looking for that. I'm not talking about that. I don't base much in my marriage and my relationship off of the way I'm feeling in the moment. Of course, it will happen, but I do a lot of things because I think it will benefit the marriage. And if I feel in love or I feel very attracted to my wife in those moments, that's great. If not, so if I message Erica every single day and say, I hope you're having a great day, 50% of the time I'm like, you know what, I'm going to tell her I hope she's having a great day. But not, oh my God, I'm feeling so in love, let me do it. Sometimes yes, sometimes no. I don't put any regulation on that. Any type of expectations on emotions in particular situations from a conditional response in your marriage or your relationship will probably end not good. Before I go any further, please subscribe, hit that like button down below. Let me know what you think about this. I don't think I've ever made a video about marriage and OCD recovery, but I'll dive into a bunch of different things. How much time do I got? I've got 10 minutes. So, because I have another call here soon. This is how I have to make my calls and squeeze them in between one-to-ones when you have a busy day, because we work with people all over the world in different countries and time zones. Phil at OCDRecovery.com. Please reach out if you're struggling with this. I've done calls with married couples. Let's say I'm working with a woman who has OCD, her husband's come on, vice versa. I've worked with couples where both people have OCD, etc. So, in the beginning of my OCD recovery journey, I was in a really bad spot. I obviously was smoking a lot, vaping, and marijuana, which I've never really been a big marijuana user in general. I was abusing adult websites every single day. I was playing video games 60 to 70 hours a week, and I lived that very much typical bro-ish lifestyle, and I only cared about myself, okay? Which, again, people are gonna act selfishly. Drinking water is an act of selfishness. There's no such thing as acting selflessly. That does not exist. But it sounds really good in the movie, and it sounds really good in the story, but it's very hard to be philosophical. It sounds like I went off in a different direction. Being philosophical is very tough because it's the most brutal reality, in my sense, brutal facing of reality, right? So like take, for an example, the one. Do I think that Erica's the one? Of course not. Of course not. Erica's just a person that I'm in love with, that I can't quantify that. She knows this. People might think, wow, I can't believe you say that about your wife. That doesn't take away the way I feel about my wife and act towards my wife. But if Erica died tomorrow, I'd probably want to be in another relationship. Maybe I went backwards and reverted to my old ways and was sleeping around and doing a bunch of things that I don't want to live like anymore. But then maybe I find someone else and I'm married to that person for 25 years. And now that person, after 17 years of marriage with that person, maybe I have 2 kids with them, Erica becomes a faint memory in certain ways. It's like my father. My father's been dead for 6 years. I don't think about my dad every day. Okay? And he's my fucking father. These are the realities about life that no one wants to accept because it's very easy to stay in this emotional bubble of non-reality because it makes you feel comfortable and safe until something goes wrong and then you're in big trouble. So you have to be realistic about those things. So no, of course, I don't think Erica is the one. And that's a very important thing. Look, Daisy, this is what happens too. As soon as I start this, she starts barking. So let me let her out real quick. Such a brat. Of course, I'm on one-to-ones and you don't do anything and then you go, be free. So I can go back to making my YouTube video. Love it. So no, I don't believe in that. I also hope that if I passed away that Erica would find someone else. I really would hope that. If I die tomorrow, I hope she finds someone, I hope she has kids with them, and I hope he treats her well and she treats him well, and it goes from there. So the things that I wanted to work on in my relationship with Erica, which I didn't work on before, was checking in with her. Again, none of this is based off emotions, it's based off habits. And it took me a while to build them. Checking in on her, seeing how she's doing, listening to her when she's having a bad day. It doesn't matter if I don't vent or anything like that. It matters that if she wants to vent with me, if she's having an emotional day, I want to sit there and listen and comfort her, not come at her with, well, maybe you should think about this rationally. Don't do that. It doesn't work. I've tried a lot of times. One thing I really like doing, these are all ways that I strengthen my relationship. We both work a lot and we work very late. Last night she didn't get home until about 8. Dinner was completely made. Dinner was made, everything was washed, the air fryer was washed, everything was done. The dogs were fed. Sometimes if she works really late, sometimes she does get home at 9. It happens a couple times a month. The dogs will be walked and dinner will be read. But I like walking dogs with her at night because we spend quality time. Again, when I'm spending quality time with my wife, I'm not looking to feel a certain way in that particular situation. So I don't say, I'm going to spend quality time with my wife in order to feel in love. I think that's a very, very slippery slope when it comes to doing anything in your life. The late Charlie Munger, CFO of Berkshire Hathaway, says when his late 90s, he'd be asked, I think he said this throughout his whole life, people say to him, what's the best way to be happy? And he says, very low expectations. That way you can be happy when little things happen. And I do the same thing in my relationship. I don't have any rules in my relationship per se. Although I'm monogamous and I'm a married man, I do not think that that's the best choice for every single person and or where they are in their lives. And I think highlighting that reality, there's pros and cons to every situation, sometimes more pros, sometimes more cons. When you go out and you just want to, screw around and sleep with a bunch of people and maybe you want to be in the business world, nothing wrong with that. That does come with cons, right? You're missing out on potential substantial connection with one person. You are having a lot of new experiences. You're not really on the hook in many ways, no children, no obligations. If you're a 35-year-old male who makes a lot of money and you want to live in a city and go do what you want and you're working on other areas in your life, there's nothing wrong with that lifestyle. And vice versa with women too. Society's even weirder about that. But I think where I'm at now, I'm happy with the decision I made, but that decision could change depending on something happens. Maybe me and Erica get divorced in 15 years from now. I'm open to all possibilities in life. That just because that a lot of people don't want to even think about that because they're like, I don't want that juju in my mind. That's not real. You not wanting juju in your mind is creating the possibility of that fear pattern being stuck in your mind because you don't want to think about it. It's just how that works in the presentation of fear of a thought, or fear of an outcome, etc. What if? Another thing I try to do is when I'm with Erica and spend quality time with her, my phone will be upstairs in my bed or charging right here. I still don't even like having it charging in the kitchen because I want it to be away from me. We both, again, work a lot. We own a business together, a healthcare company, on top of all the stuff I do with OCD Recovery, which takes up a large amount of my time, which I love. There's no complaining with that. It's something I choose to do. I'm not going to complain about anything anymore that I choose to do. I'm also not going to complain anymore about things that happen to me because there's no point in that. I just get things done. I try my best. I learned a lot of that from Rob and many other people. I'm very grateful for Rob. I've changed a lot over the last 5 years. Again, we're humans. We're going to complain and vent at times, but, I try to keep that to a minimum and stuff because it doesn't push me forward in life the way I want to go. Another thing that I do in my marriage is I do things that she wants to do. This is something I didn't do in the past. She doesn't want to hike crazy hard hikes all the time. I understand that. But on the flip side of that, if you're always saying yes to your partner, that's not good. If there's no independence in your relationship, that's more than likely not good either, in my opinion. You're two separate people coming together. Even though you might have shared values, there's still differences in what you do. You're not a clone in that way. At least I would hope not, because I don't think that's healthy for particular reasons and outcomes anecdotally that we see. And I like to go hike on my own. Oh my God, you should be with your wife all the time. You guys don't see each other that much. No, that's not how I see things. Also, Erica has had to come to terms, I'm a cigar smoker. I want to smoke a couple cigars a month, sometimes maybe one a week. It's rare now, but last year I smoked at least one cigar a week. She didn't particularly like that, but there's things that she does that I don't do, spending large amounts of money, not large amounts, but on her hair and getting bi-weekly massages or whatever it is like that. We do things to take care of ourselves that maybe I don't see, like veterinarian and dogs. She likes to spend more money on the dogs. I don't see it like that. Dogs to me are just creatures in the sense, and I love them, but they are just another animal, and I will take care of them. But this idea of spending thousands of dollars on your dog to keep them alive for 6 months if they have cancer, I don't agree with that. But me just saying it like that can come across as emotionless and blunt because I know my perspectives on life are extremely real. I view things in the most realistic sense, in my opinion, you ever could. More than likely why I don't believe in an afterlife. And again, I could easily be wrong on that. That doesn't make sense to me. That's, you know, that's just one, just like the one, the afterlife, true love. Don't believe in true love by any means. Don't believe in any of this stuff like 6 ways to know if your partner's a narcissist, 6 ways to know. I don't live my life like that. And my relationship is very strong. Now, do we disagree? Of course. We had a disagreement last night. Milo brought mud into the house. I have to go here in a minute. Milo brought mud into the house, got mud in their bed, and I got up at 4:30 this morning because I had a little bit longer of a day, which Wednesdays and Thursdays can be that. And she's like, can you give Milo a bath? And I said to her, I'm not giving Milo a bath because you have a little bit of mud in your bed. You know, probably said it a little bit maybe too aggressively, got in a little bit of a disagreement. Then we woke up in the morning, I love you, sorry about the way you handled it. We went from there. But the idea that even when you're recovered, that you're never going to disagree again, if there's no disagreements ever happening in your marriage, even in recovery 30 years later, there's more than likely someone that's being too much of a yes man or yes woman. And I don't do that. She said to me, like, it's a funny example. Do you have to go to Ultra every year? I said, look, I went to Ultra years and years and years in Miami, way before I knew you. I'm going to Ultra every year for the rest of my life until I die. If I die at 90, I'll be the person there. It's like, yo, Ultra 65th anniversary for me. That's happening. I don't expect her to change certain things like that too. She went on vacation a couple of years ago with these girls in LA. It was a little bit more money than I wanted to spend at the time because we were in business and didn't have a lot of money, and we had to compromise on that. So compromise is key. I don't do things based off emotions. Of course I will at times because I'm a human being and we're emotional creatures, and I go from there. So again, Phil@OCDRecovery.com. Hope to hear from you soon. Please reach out and let me know what you think. I really like doing the video there. That was a lot of fun. And enjoy the rest of your day.